Okay, so just to continue our study of the U.S. history Openstax textbook, so it says during the Crusades, 1095 to 1291, Europeans developed an appetite for spices, silk, porcelain, sugar, and other luxury items from the East, for which they traded fur, timber, and Slavic people they captured and sold. Hence the word slave. Now this sentence, the previous sentence said that the globalization started to accelerate when they started to go discover the riches of the East, and then when we went and researched it more, it said something about, here it is. It said that there was the Silk Roads and the spice routes. So when you look at it, it says that they already had some of that. So let's find out when or why those trade routes ended. So let's find out. Why did Silk Road end? Let's see. So this website, aventour.com, says why this Great Silk Road became unpopular. After the great geographical discoveries in the late 15th to early 16th centuries, the intercontinental overland trade routes fell into decay. The speed of the sea transportation, the possibility to carry more goods, relative cheapness of transportation resulted in the decline of the Silk Road in the end of the 15th century. Okay, so that means that, because I remember it said, let's just go back. It said that the Silk Road, they had to carry everything by hand. Let's see if we can double check that. They got there after being hauled for thousands of miles along the Silk Road, and haul means to carry. So let's just double check that definition. Pull or drag with effort or force. So it was really hard to carry that those silks, which are fabric is heavy, across that distance to get where they are now. Get to all the way to Rome. And then you have, because it says that it went to Rome here. And then let's see what caused the spice route to end. Okay, it says, what are the spice routes? This website is unesco.org. And let's see if the ending will tell us what caused it. Um, Well, first, there's a hint here. It says the wealth of the spice trade brought great power and influence, and over the centuries, bloody battles were fought to win control of it and the routes along which it took place. So, one thing that okay, so that's just a tidbit, and that tidbit may help us find out more about it, which is like, okay, if there was bloody battles, then that means that those routes were probably really dangerous. So the first one ended because the sea was a better way to transport those fabrics, and now the second one ended possibly because of bloody battles. So let's look up spice trade in battle. What stopped the spice trade? The economically important Silk Road, red, and the spice trade routes, blue, were blocked by the Seljuk Empire, 1090, triggered by the Crusades and by the Ottoman Empire, 1453, which spurred the Age of Discovery in European colonialism. Now, this is Wikipedia, but let's look into it anyway, just to see if we can get a tidbit to keep going. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that based off of this little map here, it shows that yes, the silk trade, they went by land, and then just like they said they would, they went by water. And then it looks like after the water, the crusade started, and then the spice trade routes had to end, and that was because of the bloodiness of the battles over the ease of getting those spices. So let's see, what did it say? So after they had those silks, which were getting to them easily, and the spices, and the porcelain, and the sugar, and everything, all of these things were getting to them really easily by sea. So they started to trade their own people, slaves, timber, and fur in exchange for them. That's what it's saying. So let's look more into that next video.